Hey guys, Evil Panda here, and this is Chapter 7, Moors, which is Part 4 to Moors' story. So if you want to see what happened previously in his story, you'll have to go back to Chapter 5.
At the least, Castle Black is safe again after we took care of Godric's hirelings. But he could have turned some of our brothers, Jaw. And we still don't know which ones.
Adam Flowers is responsible for leading the investigation and flushing out any traitors amongst them.
A witch hunt. No good will come of that.
I dislike this situation as much as you do, Moors, but we have no choice. I trust Adam. He will use discretion and wisdom. Just ask him if you need to know what the status is.
Very well. And what of the imposter?
John Arryn's death, the arrival of this girl, and the men from the south. These can't be coincidences. In my opinion, the imposter is nothing but a pawn. Everything leads me to believe that he works for someone more important. But we won't let them get away with it. The Night's Watch will hunt him down and make him pay.
Unfortunately, our power is limited to the gift. The law is clear. The Night's Watch must stay out of the realm's affairs. Otherwise, we ourselves will be considered traitors to the crown.
Rest assured, Moors. I don't intend to be known as the Lord Commander who led the Night's Watch to its ruin. We will stay out of Westeros politics. We just need to settle our own affairs. Someone brought us into this by sending these mercenaries to our territory and corrupting our sworn brothers. We must be cautious. One misstep, and Castle Black could pay dearly. But the message must be clear. No one attacks us without paying the price. Moors, I need you to follow their trail. Thus, I am naming you as a recruiter of the Night's Watch. In this capacity, you will be able to leave the gift and act freely. This letter, bearing my seal, will prove your good faith to those who might doubt your word. Your mission will be to find the guilty parties and punish them in our name.
Hunt down and eliminate. Understood. What do you plan to do with the girl?
Perhaps I can go with Sir Moors on his journey. The North does not seem as safe to me as it once was.
I agree. Besides, since you're the one the impostor is after, and he knows where to find you, you are no longer safe here.
The Lord Commander is right. John Arryn entrusted this mission to me. I will not fail his memory.
Patrick will accompany you to the border of the gift. He has already proven his loyalty. As for me, I will put together an escort of our most trustworthy men. They will meet you near Molestown. Moors, you might cross paths with Sir Godric's impostor and his men. Be alert.
I have every intention of crossing paths with him. The two of us have a matter to settle.
May the old gods speed you. The perils of the Seven Kingdoms are as dangerous to a sworn brother's body as they are to his soul. But I have faith in you. You will succeed.
Well then, let us get Patrick. He must be downstairs.
I'm with you.
Patrick, we're leaving for Molestown, and I need someone I can trust. You're coming with me.
You want to go back? There will still be enemies there.
Exactly. I need to know who sent them. At the moment, my only lead to find that out is the imposter. I'll find the rat and get him to talk. And I'll be sure to rid the gift of that traitor and all his henchmen.
Very well. Give me time to get my things and I'll come with you.
Sir Westford? Isn't it risky for me to go back there with you? After all, it's me that the men are after.
As long as you're with me, you'll be fine. Trust me, lass. I won't let anyone lay a finger on you.
Very well. I left my belongings with Sybil when we left Mole's town. If I can, I should like to get them before we leave the north.
We'll be passing there anyway. As soon as we get the chance, we can go to your room.
Thank you.
All is well. I'm ready.
Let us go then.
Who do those lords from the south think they are?
Adam, the Lord Commander told me that you could need help with your inquiry.
That's right. Another bloody chore for me. That'll teach me to be the smart one amongst our brothers.
This is serious, Flowers. Some of our brothers betrayed their oath and tried to kill me.
I know full well how serious this is, but I've never had to sort out a problem like this. I don't know if I'll be able to do it.
What do you have to go on at the moment?
I've examined your 3 victims, Theomar, Dick, and Veon. Those 3 were messed up all right, but each of them had received 20 silver stags for their betrayal. There's little doubt that such a sum came from Donnelly.
That's highly likely. Any clues as to who else might have accepted the offer?
The only way of knowing would be to question every brother who might have met our visitors while they were staying at Castle Black.
I shall have to talk to them all then. And maybe my hound can find an interesting trail. What else can you tell me?
I believe I've identified all the suspects. We've gathered them all here and blocked off all means of access. I thought we could leave them all to stew a bit, just to see what happens.
Adam, what can you tell me about our crippled crows?
The traitors we're looking for at Castle Black are brothers who will have had direct dealings with Donnelly, and were prepared to betray their oath for gold. First of all, there's Jonas. He's always had a flair for shady dealings. He's drawn to strangers and their gold, like a moth to a flame. I'm sure he's made a deal or two with our visitors one way or another. He's the one who worries me the most. More surprisingly, there's Grants. The old man spent quite a lot of time with our visitors. I've learned that one of your rangers, Bartram, had been up to no good with these strangers. I've summoned him along with the others. Lastly, we have the inseparable Arthur and Trebor. Arthur is the smarter of the two, and has always taken care of his friend, as you probably know already.
Anyone else?
We're missing one final suspect. Domeric disappeared from Castle Black. We think he's already fled. He probably found out everything that was going on before you wrote your report. What's strange to me is that there are no horses missing from the stables.
He'll be caught with ease by our rangers, or by House Stark if need be. I will try to separate the wheat from the chaff amongst those we have already.
I'm glad I can count on you, Moors. I've never had to handle such a delicate business. I hear many rumors of your ability to see and hear things without being caught. If you can use this gift to help me, I'd be much indebted to you.
You're just a poacher. What exactly were you hoping?
Grant's old friend. How long have you been at the wall, old man?
My boy, you'd be better off asking me if I'd ever lived anywhere else.
I actually came to ask you something else.
I'd bet a night in a whorehouse that you've come to talk about treason, Moors. I've already spoken to Adam. He's a good lad. A shame he's so serious. What can a wrinkled old man do to help you?
Tell me about our visitors. You spent some time with them, didn't you?
I mingled a bit, yes. As I usually do when we have guests. It's rare to have fresh news nowadays. I don't let opportunities like that go by.
And were you able to find anything out?
Anything? Like what, for example?
Like gold changing hands, or one of our brothers accepting gold from Godric, for example.
Gods be good. No, I don't think I saw anything like that.
You don't think so? Or you don't know?
No, I didn't see anything of the sort.
Are you certain?
I'm sorry, I can't help you any more than that, my boy. What happened?
Listen to me clearly, Grants. Some of our brothers have betrayed us, and certain people think that you're involved.
That cannot be! How dare you!
So, I will ask you once more, and once only. Are you sure you cannot help me?
Well, there are Arthur and Trebor. They've cut themselves off from the others, and they both seem really nervous.
Interesting. Anyone else?
I also saw Bartram speaking with Donnelly just before you left. They went off to talk in private. That's really as much as I know. I hope this proves useful.
It might well be. Thank you, Grants. Now, go warm yourself up.
You've really made a name for yourself recently, Butcher. No good comes from coming up against you.
Look, it's the king of the wagers. How are you faring, you old wineskin?
I can't complain. I'm doing much better than lots of young lads I've seen recently. I've been around too long to be seduced like they were. The hells can wait a while longer for me.
I'm sure you'd be quite capable of haggling with the stranger when he comes to take you away.
Indeed. Anything I can do for you? Do for you?
You know all the dealings that go on around here. Have you seen anything suspicious lately?
Trebor is even more on edge than usual. He spends his time whispering with Arthur. I don't like it.
Trebor is a simple half-wit. Maybe he's been manipulated by someone. It wouldn't be the first time. Anything else?
Well, I'm not sure of this, but Grants came to see me earlier. He wanted a place in the next game, but I refused because he's up to his eyeballs in debt.
And?
And he paid off his debts just like that, in one...
I think he owes me an explanation.
All the same, don't go too hard on him. He's had a tough time for longer than all of us put together.
Who do those lords from the south think they are? They warm themselves at our fire, they eat our bread.
What can a wrinkled old man do to help you, my boy?
Why don't you tell me about your debts?
Is that bastard Jonas still asking for coin? I've paid it all back to him, I swear.
That's the problem. Everyone knows you can't stop gambling, and you have the least credit in the entire castle. How could you hope to pay off that much without anyone noticing?
I didn't think it would get out of hand, Mort. You have to believe me.
That's all I ask, old man.
It's true that he gave me some gold, but he didn't ask me to do anything wrong. We talked about this and that, and about what life was like here. He later asked me about his other sworn brothers. He got me to talk about you as well. I told him about how you ended up at the wall.
What did he want?
I don't know. He seemed a bit disappointed with your story. Yet I usually tell it so well.
Did you talk about anyone else?
A little about Theomar, and of course that sly fox Jonas as well. And then about one of your rangers, Bartram. I thought he just wanted to spend time in the warmth, talking with good old Grants.
You may well have to tell all this to Flowers, but I believe you, Grants.
I should hope so. Thank you, my boy. I don't know what Mormont will have in store for me, but I'm sure it will be deserved. See the Night's Watch.
No, thieves.
Bartram, we need to talk.
Moors, that black-hearted Flowers is accusing me of treason again.
He didn't try. Are you certain?
I told you. I didn't exchange a word with that minor Southron lordling.
Yet Grants saw you with him.
I don't understand. Hold on. Maybe I do remember. Yes, we traded a few words when I took him to the top of the wall, but nothing of any importance. He asked me what life was like at the wall, if I was proud to be a member of the Night's Watch, that sort of thing.
Are you sure you haven't forgotten anything?
Now that you mention it, he seemed very curious. Perhaps too much so. But he didn't offer me anything.
And that's all? Nothing else?
You mean apart from Trevor seeming even more on edge than usual? He's usually quite the nervous man, but he's become damn dangerous. Something's not right, if you ask me.
I will look into that. Anything else to add?
Jonas seems to be having a run of luck recently. He gave credit to several brothers, which is unlike him.
I will see if all this leads to anything.
His brother when he was. I'd quite like to see my family too.
Shut your mouth! Come now, you two. I can see you're choking on something big. Spit it out.
Ignore Trevor. He's just had too much to drink.
It seems to me that he's been at something other than the wine. He hasn't been enticed by some southern gold by any chance, has he?
What? You piece of shit. Do you want to end up like that other one?
I told you to keep your bloody mouth shut.
That was too easy. Finish your story or face the consequences.
It was an accident, all right?
That'll be for me to decide. Continue.
Domeric came to see us, just after our visitors turned up. His pockets were well lined. He tried to get us to join Sir Donnelly. He told us they needed some proper swordsmen.
That treacherous bastard. I taught him a lesson.
Trevor is hot-headed, but he's a good lad. He just wanted to show that disloyal shit where he could shove his offer. That bloody fool Domeric tried to defend himself, and things got out of hand. It all got nasty after that. Before we could explain the situation to Mormont, you came back from your mission, and there was total chaos. We thought it better to stay quiet and pretend it never happened. We hid his body in the snow, in the old outbuildings. I swear, we would have tried to tell you as soon as everything had calmed down.
I understand. I'll turn a blind eye to it.
Really? I swear by the gods, Moors, we're in your debt. You can ask anything of us, anything at all.
Did you see anything that might be of interest to me?
Well, there might be something. Ever since that accident, I've kept my eyes open. And I did notice something strange. When everyone was gathered in the common hall, Flowers posted guards at the doors.
To keep you out? What's strange about that?
The strange thing was that I saw one of the guards speaking with one of the suspects.
All right, who was it?
They had their hoods up, so I couldn't tell. I didn't think anything of it at the time, but when you came to question us, I remembered that it seemed a little suspicious.
Sir, no name. Well, I knew it wouldn't be that simple.
I'm sorry I couldn't be more help to you, Moors. It shan't be easy to follow such a portrayal.
Don't trouble yourself with it. I'm used to such problems. If there are traitors amongst us, they'll not reveal themselves gladly. But I have ways.
But I can't stay calm. We need to talk about it.
I can't.
I haven't seen him for days. He left for Winterfell.
Bartram, we need to talk.
Moors, that black-hearted Flowers is accusing me of treason again.
Several brothers spent time with Donnelly and his men when they were here.
Aye. I heard about Theomar and his two friends, those half-witted brothers. What idiots. I wonder where they were hoping to flee.
Because Godric didn't offer you anything?
He didn't. I didn't even speak to that knight. I can't abide arrogant men like that. If I wanted to dishonor myself, I wouldn't be so stupid as to do it so close to Castle Black. And where would I go? South?
Relax, Bartram. I'll be back soon.
There's no chance of me going anywhere.
Come to see the Lord Commander.
Gods, I'll be feasting well. And there will be...
I really don't know how you're doing it, Jonas. Strangers come and go, and there you are with so much coin even your shit is flecked with gold. How do you do it?
Shut your mouth, or I'll shut it for you. I've done nothing wrong. Stop drawing attention to me, will you?
Relax, it's of no consequence to me anyway. I don't want to get involved.
The last time someone stuck their nose into my affairs, I ended up swearing the oath of the Night's Watch.
So you're not happy with what's come of that? All these good friends?
I'm too old for all of this. Never again will I look for trouble like that. I swear it. The gods bear witness, I won't try that again. What trouble?
Isn't it wonderful? It tastes so good.
You've really made a name for yourself recently, Butcher. No good comes from coming up against you.
I've heard you've become quite wealthy in the past few days. I'd like to know where all that coin is coming from.
My wages don't bring in all that much. Just something to pass the time, really. Don't believe every rumor you hear. Except the ones about the size of my manhood, of course.
I thought you were too clever to be outwitted. Why did you accept the offer from that rat Godric?
I didn't accept anything, but I was happy to take gold from that group of half-wits.
Do you deny receiving gold from Godric Donnelly?
Oh no, I don't deny anything. I gladly relieved that arrogant bunch of knights of their coin. Dice, cards, small wages. I did very well.
He didn't propose anything to you personally? Maybe for a favor?
I make a deal now and again, but that's it. I'm definitely not getting involved in the affairs of lords. That never ends well.
I know what you might think, Moors, but I promise you I'm telling the truth. I pocketed his coin, and that was it.
Let's see what Mormont and Flowers think of all this.
If they start poking their beaks into who owes me what, they're going to find things they really won't like.
The other crows trust me. I'm the one in charge of our little unspoken dealings here. Just favors exchanged between good friends.
If the hierarchy stick their beaks in, I'll become the beggar everyone spits on. Years of dealings will all be for naught.
How do I convince you I'm true to my word?
You're going to be tried and sentenced in front of all Castle Black. You'd best be prepared.
Damn you!
Who do those lords from the south think they are? They warm themselves at our fire, they eat on.
They are dressed in the sigil of House Aaron. Their lord is a friend.
Moors?
The rest are trustworthy. I've nothing to say against them.
Thank you for your help. Not a single traitor in our ranks, eh? That's too good to be true. I'm going to keep them stewing for a while longer. But thank you all the same for your effort.
It would appear the butcher's luck is running out. Still,
the girl is here. Kill her and we'll be rich.
Patrick, thank the gods you're here.
Lothar, tell me what happened.
A man offered us 20 silver stacks each to help him get hold of the girl you have with you, and I alone refused. If you hadn't intervened, I would have died.
Maybe you can return the favor, brother. Well, it seems someone is prepared to pay a high price for your capture. It appears we've already found your admirers, lass.
Very glad to hear it.
So this is what the Night's Watch has come to. Our brothers now value the tainted coin of a stranger over their oath.
The worst criminals in the realm are sent to the wall. Is it really a shock to see them succumb to the allure of coin like this?
Our oaths and our laws should outweigh the actions of our pasts.
You're right, Moors.
Lothar, tell me more about the man who bribed our brothers.
It was one of those southern men. The brute who was always following their leader around at Castle Black.
Jared, does that rat really think his crimes will go unpunished here? We'll show him the price you pay for attacking the Night's Watch like that. Would you lead us to him?
Of course, follow me. Over here!
We'd best move quickly. We can't let our suspect get away.
Keep quiet now. It's just behind this rock.
Get out of here! What's all that noise? Hey, what the hell was that?
He's the one who tried to bribe me.
It's that bastard Jared. Lothar, return to Castle Black straight away to warn Mormont. Tell him to send us more men as soon as possible.
Understood.
Stay quiet. Let's listen in.
You've done well, Bartram. The sworn brothers you're bringing us will be a great help in getting the girl back.
So long as I've got my gold, I'm fine.
Bartram, you traitor scum. Come, Patrick. It's time they paid for their betrayal. Jane, stay hidden while we're busy.
That was my intention.
Moors!
Traitor. I should have known that you had a hand in all this. Traitors like you are sentenced to death, and I'll be happy to do it myself.
I'd rather die here than go back to the wall.
We still have a matter to settle, Moors. I must avenge my brother. Kill them!
I hope those bastards burn in the Seven Hells.
Impressive. Your fighting isn't bad for an old man.
I was splitting heads when you were shitting in your swaddling clothes, little girl.
Charming.
Moores is one of our best rangers. Mormont didn't choose him to escort you for nothing.
Fine. So what are you planning on doing now?
We need to find his leader. The one who presented himself to us under the name Godric Donnelly. Our best chance is to follow the trails of those he has bribed. The coin he's handed out is soaked in his scent. My hound will find them with ease. We must be very careful. The trails could easily fork and lead to many wrong paths. Only one of them will take us to him. What a surprise. Some of the corrupt brothers headed straight to the whorehouse after getting hold of their loot. Some hidden silver stags.
Sir, can you tell me what you're doing?
Nothing that need concern you.
No need to be on edge, friend. I'm not one to cause trouble for the Night's Watch. It's just that you're going through my possessions. So, I don't want any trouble. But if I could just get that back.
You should never have said that. This coin was used to bribe my brothers. You will die right here, you bastard. The trail ends here. Best to go back to see if the other trails lead to anything more interesting.
Seeing what I've got for you under my skirts. You look in need of some.
Tell me, lover. Your weapon there. Do you know how to use it? Or is it just to impress the women?
Save your flirting for someone else. I am a recruiter for the Night's Watch. Whores hold no interest for me.
A sworn brother? You keep orders in these lands, is that right?
Yes, I do.
In that case, maybe you could be of help to me.
I'm listening, but be quick about it.
You're looking for recruits, if I'm not mistaken. Well, I may have someone of interest to you. But you'd have to get him out of here.
Who are you talking about?
There's a man, Julian. He gives me nothing but trouble, and refuses to pay me what he owes. Ever since he moved into my place, I can't seem to rid myself of him. If you could persuade him to follow you, you'd be doing me a great service.
And where might I be able to find him?
He's down below, in my personal chambers.
Very well. I will go and see what I can do. The door is shut. We need to ask for the keys for Madam.
You again, my darling. I see you found Jane. Sorry, gorgeous. This lout didn't give me much choice. I had to tell him where you were hiding.
Don't worry, Sybil. I know very well you didn't mean any harm. Sir Westford saved my life, so I'm in no position to criticize you for anything.
Very well. Anyway, what can I do for you?
I'm on the trail of a handful of silver stags. And something tells me you've some information to give me, Madam.
You already seem well informed.
Tell me what you know. I've no time to waste.
Polite as ever, I see. I did just see a great deal of coin from a rowdy flock of crows. They asked for my most beautiful girls.
Where are they?
Wait for them to finish, Moors. I've got a reputation to maintain.
Tell me which room they're in. Now.
Very well. I don't want any trouble. They're to the right, at the bottom of the stairs. Here's the key. I beg of you, Moors, don't make a mess in my establishment.
No promises. Jane, go get your things while I deal with them.
the hell's are you doing here?
Outside, girls. I need to have a word with these half-wits. There's no use in lying to me. I know where you got the coin to pay for this little party.
How do you know that?
I've just killed that bastard Jarrett.